Hey, how's everybody doing? Chef Martin with you from To the Nude Life. Buenos dias, buongiorno, good morning. welcome. Grab a seat and pull up a chair. All right, we're gonna be here for a little bit. Hey, if this is your first time, you'll see, you'll see. I hope you come back. Hope you come back. Today's topic of conversation is going to be a nudism from a male's point of view. Last week I did a female's point of view, so it's only fair, all right? If you want to sponsor this podcast, you're more than welcome to. You'll see it at the very beginning. If you're on Anchor, you'll see the support button. If you're on my Libsyn.com channel, you're welcome to write me, and if you want to be a sponsor, drop me a line, all right? All right. Yeah, my podcast, I moved it over from Anchor to Libsyn, Libsyn, and it's going well. It's going well. I'm starting new there. And I'm still posting on both Anchor and Libsyn. So, and I've got all these other platforms. Just check me out. You're more than welcome to. This week has been a little slow, a little slow. I'm used to fast. But it's been a good week. It's been a good week. Still waiting on my coins, to the Nude Life coins. Did get propositions of properties in Italy. By now, y'all know I'm moving to Italy sometime. I'm waiting on my replacement. Yes, I'm in Iraq, just waiting on my replacement, and then I'm headed to Italy. Right now, I'm having to make adult decisions of where I want to live in Italy, either right smack downtown, in town center, or I'm looking at some homes, the 1300 style homes that are in vineyards or out. Because being a nudist, being downtown, I don't know. I know that's not going to be accepted. But if I'm out in the farm area or whatever, I'm pretty sure with a little bit of acres, I'm pretty sure it's accepted. Now there is a naturism B&B or Nutarista B&B that you can look some of these places up, and they're clothing optional, which is pretty cool. I did not know that. I am using the B&B formats on Google to look for places, so that's going pretty good. I'm getting some replies back. Some properties are pretty badass. All right, so I'm looking forward to moving to Italy. Other than that, that's been it for this week. All right, let's get to the topic. Nudism from a male point of view. Being a male, I can talk on this topic, and being a nudist and travel to many different nudist resorts, nudist campgrounds. So I can give a male's point of view. I did a little research, but most of this is coming from what I have experienced, from what I have seen. First thing before you go to one of these nudist camps, do your research. Find out what type it is. Being a single male, some of these places will only allow 10% of single males. Once that quota is met, that's it. They will not allow any more single males. They'll allow couples, but not single males, all right? So make sure when you call and you're finding out or emailing them for more information, ask them about that. I did read today, again, I'm on social medias, To the Nude Life, and I was on Twitter, and I saw of a nudist resort in California. They're starting up, but they are limiting to only couples and single women. Now, it doesn't specify what type of couples, doesn't specify on the single women, it's just single women. So they're catching a lot of hell. People want more clarification. For me, I think that this place is already starting wrong. They only want couples and single women. They must not. I don't know. I don't know if it's a nudist, full-time nudist people running this resort. I don't think they've experienced or gone out to other places. That's just me. That's my opinion. If it was up to me, I'd allow anybody that's a nudist or naturist. But know where you're going. All right. Again, on some of these places, only 10%. Allow 10%. Know your etiquette. As a single male, some of these places you'll find out frown on single males because of the females they're trying to attract. If you go to some of these nudist areas, you'll find out not too many women go. Well, that's the target for some of these, so they can start bringing in new members. What scares some of these women off is the eye contact. Some of these guys are brand new nudists, or they go in there for different purpose other than being a nudist. They go in there just to watch, to try to take photos, things like that. And women see this and they know it. And that's why they stay away. So know your etiquette, keep eye contact, watch your language. Language and meaning, don't be using phrases as in, hey babe, what's up honey? Talking to a group, don't categorize all women as one. Hey women, since y'all are all women, what do you think? Things like that. Those words like that. Watch your language and be respectful. Always respect. In the nudist community, respect is huge. Respect and trust. Because once you strip your clothing off, you're trusting the other individuals that are there. So you've got to show respect. What I have noticed when I go to these different places being a single male is a lot of male-scaping. That was one thing that caught my eye. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, I did look, all right? And again, I've been to all different types. Swingers, family, plus 21, the gay community. I've been to all of them. I'm very secure in myself. So I can go to these places and I have fun. I have a blast. But what I did see, and I'm seeing more of, is smellscaping. You don't see all this spider down there anymore. You start seeing some males are completely shaved now. Some have little designs. Some are just trimmed. Me, personally, I just trim. All right? So do male-scaping. Another thing I have seen a lot of, and some places will not allow bling, as in scrotum piercings, rings, bars, studs. It depends, again, what place you're going to. When you're doing your research, that may be one of your questions, if that's allowed on the property. There's some properties that do not. They will not allow bling or too much bling. Now, I don't know the definition of too much. I have seen rings. I have seen the studs. I've seen some where I just go, wow, that must have hurt. But I don't say it out loud. I just think to myself. Now, me personally, I do wear rings. The adjustable kind, the wraparounds. I don't have any piercings. I do have tattoos. but I do not pierce. No piercings on me. Another thing I have seen is no two bodies are alike. Period. You know, you'll see the Brad Pitt type, and then you'll see the Arnold Schwarzenegger type, and then you'll see the blue collar type, and you'll see the grandfather type. Everybody has lumps, wrinkles, scars, parts that jingle when you laugh, or parts that move when you're walking. No one is perfect. No one. And no two bodies are alike. So if you're body shaming yourself, you need to stop. You need to stop. Enjoy what you have. Be happy with it. You will see different sizes in penis length, penis thickness. Some hide, some are hanging. You'll see it all. You'll see it all. And be confident in what you have. Be confident. At least, at least you have the moment to enjoy it. You're there to enjoy being nude. Nude is undressed in front of others. You'll see what I have seen lately. I was just in Italy, and I saw a lot of artwork, a lot of tattoos that are body tattoos that are being hidden by clothing. I saw one dude that had his whole back, and it was how do I put it? It was like an angel with wings, and then it had different different art on the sides and it was beautiful. It was awesome work. I had to tell him that ink work was awesome. And you'll see other types. I've seen one dude with a little Mickey Mouse on him. Me, I only have art on my arms. That's the only place that I have it. And you'll see different places where they have thighs, calves, on the back, on the chest. It's on that individual where they want their art displayed, where they want it put on. Another thing, being a male, that I have noticed is everyone's friendlier. Everyone is very friendly, and I take it back to where you're nude. What the hell you gonna hide? You ain't got nothing to hide. Hell, we're all nude. And friendly meaning, I shake hands. I introduce when you introduce yourself, only first name, only your first name. All right, and and we'll chat for a little bit, and then I just go on my merry way. If I want to go lay out, I'll go lay out. If I want to enjoy the sun, walk around. If I want to enjoy some of the trails, I'll go walk around on the nature trails. It's the same life textiles do, except we do it without clothing. You'll meet people that are professionals to the blue collar, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You could have a truck driver standing by talking to a judge, or a police officer talking to whomever, to a librarian. It's pretty neat. Everybody is equal because we're all nude. That was another thing that I have noticed from a male's point of view. And it's easier for males to start conversations. I have noticed that. And once the female is brought into the conversation, then everything is cool. But being a male, do not force the conversation on the female. That's another thing I saw. And by reading body language, you could see that she was not having it. So be very careful. If women want to be left alone, females want to be left alone, leave them alone. Being a female, I did find out that if they find something that feels like harassment, all they need to do is say no, or tell someone from the property. And being a male, if that's you doing the harassment, you will be talked to, and you may end up being escorted, or it may happen both. You may be talked to as you're being escorted off the property. So watch your harassment. You know, some people take it at different levels. Just watch the eyes and watch the body language, that you're not making them feel uncomfortable. What at the nudist resorts and nudist campgrounds, your priority should be to make everyone feel safe. Don't be that guy that scares everybody. Another thing I noticed was nudity does not equal sex. Now don't get me wrong, parties do break out. You know, they will break out, but those are private parties. There is no sexual public affection allowed, period, at some of these locations. Again, it depends where you're going. You could be going to a swingers community, and that may be allowed. You could be going to plus 21, and that may be allowed. Again, do your research, or when you get there, ask or observe. Sit there for a few minutes and observe what's going on. That's what I do. I sit there for about 20 minutes. If I'm in a new place, I'll sit there 20 minutes, just observe and see what's going on, see how it's going. Some of the things you need to bring, minimum, sunscreen. That was my first lesson, sunscreen. My first time when I went full nude, I showered, then I sat by the pool. Some of my body parts hadn't seen the sun in a very long time, and I got sunburned. Sunburned around the scrotum area is not a good feeling in the evening when you're about to lay down. The only thing that helped me was Noxzema. I had some Noxzema with me for sunburn. I was ready for sunburn, all right, but I wasn't ready for that. Lesson learned. From then on, I carry sunscreen. But carry sunscreen. Towel. Always have a towel with you. If you get up to go somewhere, carry your towel with you. Always have a towel. A towel is it's for hygiene. If you're gonna sit down, sit on your towel. If being a male, erections are gonna happen. All right, it's just natural. It's just natural. If an erection happens and it's not allowed on the property, my suggestion: take your towel, since you already have it wrapped around your shoulder, or lowering from your shoulder. Just lower it a little more to cover yourself. If you're walking, if you're sitting, throw the towel over your lap till it comes down. Or if you're laying down, just roll over. Or if you're near the pool, get in the water. All right, till it calms down. It's natural. It's your body. It happens. Let me put it like that. It happens. Flip-flops or some type of footwear. So you're looking at sunscreen, towel, flip-flops, or some type of footwear, and bug spray. Bring some kind of bug spray. Some places you may not even get bit, but if you're down south in Georgia, you best bring some bug spray. You're going to get eaten. The biggest thing that I saw and that a lesson I learned was eye contact. And for some reason, before I went, that was one of my concerns was, man, am I going to be able to maintain eye contact? I got to maintain eye contact. Took my clothes off. 5 minutes later, I was, talking to people, feeling comfortable. An hour later, I sat there and I thought about it, and it was just natural. I just made eye contact as if it was just every day. And from that day forward, I do maintain eye contact, even when I'm clothed, when I'm talking to people. It's just something that just happened. And I think it's because you don't want to look down. And you do not stare. You know, you maintain eye contact. That's very important. Maintain eye contact. You know, I started thinking about how this is how women feel then when they're being stared at. Hey, my eyes are up here. You know, I didn't I didn't have that. It just happened where I just maintained eye contact. And everybody, I think it's because everybody that I talked to was the same way. They were maintaining eye contact, so I did it. And it just fell in line, and now it's natural. Now it's a everyday thing. When I first went, I gave myself 30 minutes that I was going to stay, come hell or high water, I was going to stay 30 minutes. I went on a Friday afternoon. I stayed overnight. That's how long I liked it. I liked being nude. So I stayed overnight, woke up the next morning, asked them if I could stay another night, and they said yes. I had my little teardrop trailer, so I stayed another night. And then the following weekend, I asked them if I could come back the following weekend, and I did. And that's when I met the owners of this property. And then that's when we were talking, and I asked them if I could move in. So that's where I started becoming a full-time nudist. That was my first property that I stayed at. And then I moved from there just to change it up. I moved to a different location. Again, another full nudist place. So I've been a full-time nudist, and I enjoy it. It's me. It's me. I'm able to be me, and it's pretty cool. But my suggestion, if you're new to this or if you're curious, give yourself at least 30 minutes when you show up. 30 minutes of after you relax, you calm down. All right. Give yourself 30 minutes, at least that. Some people last forever. Some people just for that day. It's not for them. I have talked to other males that came out of the experience, and they were like, no, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Now, here's one thing that did happen to me. Do not be this male. I went to that place, the first place that I went to. That weekend that I was there was several single males showed up, and they were shown around, escorted around. Well, about lunchtime, I started barbecuing. I broke out my grill. I'm over there by myself. I like my own company. So I'm sitting out there, I'm grilling, and I'm waiting on the charcoal to heat up. So I sit down, I'm watching the pool, and there's this one guy that keeps looking at me. And, I waved at him, and he waved back, and then 3 minutes later, he got up, he started doing jumping jacks, looking right at me. He started turning his ass toward me, and he kept doing jumping jacks and smiling at me. I felt uncomfortable. Let me put it like that. I didn't like that feeling. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Remember, your priority at these nudist locations is to feel safe, feel comfortable. And I didn't see this gentleman again because I didn't want to. I made every effort not to be near him, not to see him. So later that evening, I just stayed to myself. I did finally go back to the swimming pool. The people that were watching the grounds, they came to the pool, so I went up there with them and had a great evening, great conversation. But I let that pass. That wasn't going to affect how I was feeling because I knew that he wasn't going to come back. He was just a day visitor. And I knew what I was, that I was a nudist. And this was going to be my life. I had already made that choice. So in closing, etiquette, respect. Those are the big things, and eye contact. And just have a great time. Have a great time. All right? All right. So this is nudism from a male's point of view. I hope this helps some of the people that are curious, that or some of the old timers. Me talking about it is helping me to remember of what I need to do. Okay? All right. I hope everybody has a great Wednesday. This is Bear It All Wednesday, my podcast program. So thank y'all. Thank y'all for listening in. All right. Y'all take care of each other. This is Chef Martin. Adios.